Hey, Changemaker! Welcome to Learning for Good, the only podcast that teaches nonprofit leaders how to leverage training to drive performance, improve capacity, and fuel their mission impact. Do you ever feel like your nonprofit is growing, but your people just aren't keeping up? Or like you're fixing the same problems over and over? Do you wonder how to build confident, capable staff who know how to lead, not just execute? If we haven't met yet, I'm Heather, and I know how hard it can feel to get people to do what's expected of them. Trust me, I have 3 kids. I've tried telling people what to do and how. I've tried the traditional training approaches, and I realized that just doesn't work. And that's when I started researching what does work. Now, I help mission-driven leaders use learning to drive performance, build capacity, and make change that lasts. And I'm sharing it all on this podcast. So block your calendar, turn off your Teams or Slack chat, and let's dive in. It's Learning for Good.
My mind shapes my reality, and yours does too. Now, I'm not going to go into all the science and evidence behind this. You can read about this in The Psychology of Winning by Dennis Waitley. You can read about it in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. But I have seen this in my own life, and I want to give you an example. I've seen it in my life as a parent. The days I wake up thinking parenting is hard, my kids are whiny, or nothing is going well, right? These are the days that parenting is actually hard, right? My kids are whiny and nothing goes well because I'm looking for reasons why I'm right. It's subconscious, but it's happening. So I notice on those days, I notice when my kids don't clean up after themselves. I notice when they argue with each other. I notice when my fiercely independent one refuses to listen. And it reinforces my belief, my mindset that parenting is hard. But when I wake up thinking parenting is a joy, my kids are good kids who are learning and growing every single day. Those days are different. My kids might still forget to take their plate to the sink. They might still get into an argument over what to watch on TV. That independent one remains independent. But these circumstances are part of parenting. And they don't change my belief that my kids are good and parenting is a joy. And you've probably noticed this too. When you're running late, you hit every red light. When you're in a bad mood, your pocket gets hung up on the doorknob. When you're stressed about finances, those extra bills seem to just pop up. Our mindset matters. So today I want us to think about the mindset that separates strategic learning and development leaders from order takers. Let's dive in. It's Learning for Good. Today, I want to talk about the mindset that separates the strategic learning and development leader from the order taker. We've been talking about getting a seat at the table for years, decades. I don't know. It's been for as long as I have been in learning and development, and that's at least 2 decades. And yet we still seem to struggle with feeling like we're part of that inner circle. And I think some of it comes down to mindset. And so that's what I want us to talk about today, because how you think about yourself and your work impacts how you talk about your work. It impacts how you respond to others within your work, and it impacts the results that you get. And so I want us to think about this and explore this today. Now, I want to start by thinking about you. This is you. You are a learning designer. You create learning solutions for staff, volunteers, or your quote unquote customers. I know that you probably call it something different in the nonprofit sector, right? But depending on your organization, it might be members or some person that you serve, right? So I want us to look at 2 examples. So this is you. you are a learning designer and you create learning solutions for staff, volunteers, or quote unquote customers. You probably call them something different depending on your organization. It could be a member or someone else that you serve. So you're a learning designer. And I want to imagine you with two different mindsets. So here's the first scenario. You create learning solutions for staff, volunteers, or customers, and you believe that your work makes a difference. And you think, my work is important, right? What I do matters. I am important. You feel proud. You know the value you bring. And so you have a smile on your face. You're proud of what you do. So when someone talks with you about your work, maybe they even ask questions about your work, you defend your work. But you defend it from a place of respect. And you talk about the value it brings to others. So maybe you mentioned that your last training resulted in a 30% increase in productivity, or that after a talent development initiative, employee engagement scores increase, right? Or maybe it did something for your organization's bottom line. You are talking about your work and you're showing the value of your work in a way that matters to others. And what happens? Your work is celebrated. Now, I want us to look this through a different lens, a different example, a different mindset. Same person, same learning designer, same work, same circumstances. Okay. We're going to look at it from a different mindset. So this example left us celebrated, right? And this is how we get invited to the table if you don't feel like you're currently invited. Now, let's think about this. Okay. Now, in this example, you're still a learning designer. You're still creating learning solutions for staff, volunteers, or customers, but your mindset is different. Here you're thinking, what I do is important, but no one respects what I do. And you're more easily offended when people ask questions, and you defend your work, but in a very different way because it comes from a place of defensiveness. In this example, your mindset is different. You believe no one respects what you do. And so when they ask questions, you don't view it as curiosity or as an invitation to share. You view it as questioning, and you get defensive. And the result of that, then no one wants to work with you. And so then people get together to talk about what's going on in the organization, and you aren't invited. They don't like working with you. They don't trust you. Why? Because your defensive posture showed up because you felt disrespected and offended. So your mindset, how you view the world, how you view yourself, how you view other people, how you view circumstances, your mindset impacted your ability to build these relationships and to get this invite. And this reinforces your view of the circumstances. So let's think about this a little bit more. When you show up, people minimize their interactions with you. They don't invite you into conversations early. They show up when the solution is decided and tell you what to do. They want to get in and get out. But in that first scenario, right, this is different. Your mindset was different. You approached your work differently. And so this time when you defended your work, it came from a positive place, a more helpful one, a place of partnership, a place of impact. And then what happened? People respect you. They wanted to partner with you. They invited you in early. They asked you what you think. They allow you to shape the solutions, and they value your expertise. It's the same circumstances in both examples. In one example, your mindset is that what I do is important and people care. It brings value to them. Your mindset in the other is that no one respects this. What I do is important, but no one respects it. So your mindset was different. And because your mindset was different, your results were different. And those results reinforce your mindset. So the person who believes that what they do is important and then they share the value of what they do and it gets celebrated, it reinforces that what they do is important. Versus here, they get uninvited. And it reinforces that no one respects what they do. So it's just like when I'm running late and I can see all the red lights. It's like all I see on my way to school or wherever I'm going, the gym, right? All I see is red lights when I'm running late. Your mindset matters. This is why athletes visualize the win. This is why our mindset in L&D has to change. Now, I believe that you are or can be the person with the positive mindset. And if you're ready to do this work, I encourage you to do it in community. So join us for our next Nonprofit L&D Collective networking event. You'll get the support you need to make this shift or to reinforce this shift if you're already in this process. And you'll be able to help others do the same. I'll drop a link to register in the show notes. I'll see you next time on Learning for Good.
Hey friend, was this episode helpful for you? Did you like what you heard? Do you want more content like this? Here are 3 things you can do. Hit subscribe. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app of choice. Share this episode with a colleague. This means so much to me personally. I read every review, but it also helps me learn what content you like most so I can create more of what you want. All right, turn that Teams or Slack chat back on when you're ready, and I'll see you next time on Learning for Good.